watching what's going on.
The Colombians with them may be heavily armed, but even small arms can penetrate their aluminum boats. If the FARC ambushed them here, they'd have no warning and no cover.
Being in these areas is kind of like the eye of a hurricane. It's nice and calm on the inside. It's pretty, but at any minute you can hit that first wave of storms, and it's completely different.
The danger cuts both ways. Here, a Colombian combat cameraman is about to capture a devastating ambush. A team of Colombian commandos have intel that a FARC speedboat is heading their way. Minutes later, their patience pays off when the FARC boat with 5 guerrillas glides into view. As rounds rip through the aluminum boat, one man jumps overboard, hoping the river might provide safety. He tries to hide behind the engine block, but there's no escaping the barrage. In less than a minute, it's over. No prisoners are taken.
You know, in war, it's not pretty. People die, people get hurt, people lose family members.
After an hour on the water, Tony heads back to town to connect with Sam and get an update on their informant.
At this time, we're waiting for the telephone call where the informant safely made it out. So it's all contingent upon the informant being able to get back with us with the information that we need.
So you don't know the informant made it in or anything?
Not yet. Out here, it's a different world, and people get killed over talking to cops, and it's just dangerous for them.
In Colombia, trust is hard to come by. And nowhere is trust in shorter supply than among the ranks of the smugglers themselves. This man knows about life inside a coke sub better than any known DEA informant. He's not only seen a coke sub, he's piloted one. We'll call him El Capitan.
Me llaman El Capitán. He estado navegando por 42 años.
El Capitan remembers when the cartel first came calling.
El primer viaje lo hice por la tentación de ganarme unos pesos. Pues que a una persona le ofrezcan por un viaje $700,000 no es cualquier oferta.
It would take an average Colombian 2 lifetimes to make that kind of cash. But that first trip wasn't his last.
Del segundo viaje en adelante lo hice fue obligado porque ya no me dejaban salir.
A typical cocaine submarine has a crew of 4 men who live, sleep, and eat in very close company.
Siempre hay mucho calor, es extremadamente caliente. Aire viciado por el CO2 de la máquina y por el vapor de la droga y por la falta de aire fresco.
3 crew members run the vessel. The 4th is a gunman, aboard to protect the cartel's assets.
De eliminar a cualquiera de los 3 que vayan en el viaje si entran en pánico.
The rules are simple. No crewmen can mingle with the cargo. And if the sub is on the verge of capture, they must scuttle it so all evidence goes to the bottom of the sea.
Lo hunden, porque no conviene que se conozca bien qué tipo de tecnología es que están usando. No dejar que caiga en manos de las autoridades, especialmente de las autoridades americanas.
El Capitan remembers well his most recent journey. They left under the cover of darkness.
Salimos con 4 toneladas y media de cocaína. Navegamos 12 días a un lugar en alta mar donde supuestamente teníamos que entregar la mercancía. El barco que nos tenía que recibir no apareció. Lo cierto es que el cuarto día apareció fue un guardacosta americano que se llamaba El Cazador. El helicóptero que soltó el guardacosta alcanzó a ametrallar el submarino y lo partió. Alcanzaron a salir del fondo como 10 paquetes, lo suficiente para marcar 350 kilos, que fueron lo que capturaron de 4 toneladas.
He and his crew were captured. He spent nearly a decade in a federal prison for his crime. As for the mystery of where all of today's cocaine submarines have gone, El Capitan has an educated guess.
Si yo saco una tecnología para captarte, yo tengo que buscar una tecnología más avanzada que no me deje coger. Tiene unos recursos económicos pues, que pueden acceder a ese tipo de tecnología. Ahora sí son submarinos. Ha sido captado uno solo. Ese es el juego dentro del gato y el ratón.
Back at their hotel, Tony and Sam's sub-hunting investigation is running into a wall. No informant, no sub. The man's whereabouts and if he's even still alive remain a mystery. For now, their case has gone cold.
At this particular time, it doesn't look like the investigation is going to move forward with what we have.
After 4 months of work, Tony is pulling the plug and heading home.
During the course of this job, it's filled with highs and lows, and you have to learn how to manage each one of those.
It's just what we deal with. You know, there's a lot of factors out there that we have no control over that we're waiting for the stars to line up, but eventually they'll be had. Just not today's not the day.
It's very disappointing. You know, it's really frustrating at times, and we just find ourselves playing the mouse and cat game.
Losing a sub is never easy. It means 6 more tons of cocaine moving north. But as one trail goes cold, another heats up. Back in Cartagena, DEA Agent Jay has uncovered an entirely new sub-target. And this one might be a design they've never seen before.
So right here in this area here of Nariño, we have a fully constructed submersible. It's going to be moved the next couple of days. The team is going to be moving out on it. That area is protected by the FARC. Okay, all right, sounds good.
In Colombia, DEA's latest sub-hunting op has already crossed the tipping point. Special Agent Jay's informant is already at the sub site. They must move quickly. Problem is, it's in a region of Colombia where cops seldom dare to go.
Hopefully, by tomorrow, we can expect some movement on that.
But this area is a little kind of new territory, is that right?
That area that they're in is a no man's land. It's almost impossible unless you know exactly where it is to find anything out there. And so I kind of come to grips with, you know, we're probably going to fail more than we succeed, but that just makes it feel better when we do.
So we'll load up and head out there soon.
Special Agent Sam is called in on this one to partner with Jay. By the next morning, Jay and Sam are joining their Colombian counterparts at the mission launch site.
You ready?
Yeah.
The boat ride to the sub-launch site will take 4 hours, much of it through FARC-controlled terrain.
This is probably the most dangerous area in whole Colombia. This is run by terrorist groups. The FARC is out here.
Soon, they approach the mangrove labyrinth.
The traffickers take advantage of the natural obstacles and barriers. It takes about all day to be able to get into one of these.
Someone's tried to conceal this tributary entrance with felled trees.
Estos fueron los troncos que tuvieron que remover. Estos troncos los partieron y cayeron acá.
They cut through the wood, and it still took a long time to find it because through that estuary, it kind of divided up into two separate other estuaries and into a larger river.
This is, by far, the most dangerous moment for DEA and the cops. If they're ambushed now, it'll be nearly impossible to even see the enemy. Minutes later, they pull into a jungle clearing. Ahead lies the elusive prey they've hunted for nearly 2 years now. It's a semi-sub, not the fully submersible vessel they were hoping for.
This thing would be impossible to see once it's in the water.
Nah, dude,
You wouldn't see any.
You can see how high the tide goes up here. See how it's darker on the bottom, then that's how high it goes up. Looks like at least 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah, this is probably all the way out to Mexico or so.
But it is a revolutionary design. Proof that traffickers have not gone fully submersible yet.
Muy diferente. Es ya un diseño muy diferente. Ya los cortes no son tan rectos. Es un corte más limpio, es un corte que permite inclusive hacer...
This sub has been built with mostly rounded edges and few right angles. Like a stealth bomber, this may ensure that radar beams can't bounce back to the sender.
It's not every day you see a SPSS in its actual habitat. We're inside the semi-submersible vessel. This is a brand new design, something that we haven't seen before.
The twin engines are also unusual, giving the crew added speed but making it unbearably hot when underway.
It's very hot in here, it's very suffocating. The temperature in here is just beyond imaginable. The front portion of the semi-submersible vessel allows for approximately 8 to 9 tons of cocaine. You wanna come in there, dude? This is a payload.
It's a little tight in there, no?
Blankets, food, and boots make clear that a subcrew was just here and may be watching them now from the surrounding jungle.
Definitely somebody was living in here, guarding this place.
The drug sub offers up a treasure trove of evidence for DEA.
Investigatively, it's just a lot of stuff here that we can use. These 2 engines right here, they're gigantic diesel engines, and that's unusual. We're getting the serial numbers. Those are specially built. That can give us some leads for where these came from. This is the end result of all the work. I'm glad we're here to talk about it inside of this thing, instead of it being another one we missed.
The mystery of whether cartels are still using semi-subs has, for now, been solved. But is this semi-sub one of the last of its kind? And are there even more full subs out there getting through undetected?
There's simply just no way of knowing. The construction of narco submarines is still sort of in its infancy stage at this point.
As long as they're making all this money, and they can continue to innovate.
For now, all the men of the DEA can do is take heart in today's victory in keeping another 6 tons of cocaine off American streets.
There's always going to be subs built. We're always going to find them. There's always going to be cocaine because there's always people using it.
They're motivated by greed. And so, no, they don't rest. They don't rest on holidays, weekends, nights. So neither do we.